Okay, we're gonna open the floor to, anybody has any open questions? Rules, no personal issues, please. No yelling and screaming. If you do, this meeting will be over or you'll be asked to leave. Who would like to go first, please? Mike?
Thank you, Mary. Thank you all for being here. This is it's incredibly impressive to me how you offer your time. This is your own time. You're essentially volunteering to do this, and it's incredible. It's pure public service, and thanks very much for doing that on our behalf. Before I speak on behalf of our board, I'd like to. It would be it's appropriate, certainly, for me to recognize a couple of the things that the city has done for us very recently. Before I suggest what the city could do going forward, it's appropriate to say, to recognize what has been done. And the first thing is the Novi Road acquisition by the city. That was a major problem for us. And Mr. Mayor, we appreciate what you've done, and all the other members of the council that are here that also participated in that. And secondly, of course, the Novi project. We have erosion here is a major concern of ours, and we appreciate what you've done. Just getting a commitment to proceed on that is quite impressive. So as we move on, we've been thinking about things that how can we get the greatest return for what we invest in the city of Braidwood. And as I've indicated, there's some things that are happening now, but there are a couple other things that we as a board thought were appropriate to bring up. One is snow, the other one is sewer. We think that it would be appropriate for the city to help us out a little bit with plowing here on some of the major roads, at least where the city trucks could get through. It would be whatever the city feels comfortable with doing. That would help us. That would help us realize a little bit more of the tax dollars that we're paying to the city. The other thing is that our sewers here, we essentially do all the maintenance on our sewers. We cover the cost. We pay a fee to the city for sewer and water service. But we're getting billed on some things, some work that the city is doing on our behalf. And that's troubling us a little bit, and we think it would be perhaps a little bit more appropriate for the city to recognize that we are paying taxes to it, and perhaps to help us with that work on a chart without charging us further for it. Thank you, Mayor. Absolutely, yeah. Anybody who the mayor or candidates, of course, and any other council member or candidate who thinks it's appropriate to respond, that would be terrific.
You were talking about the nuclear and all. Now, I am a long-time operator of a powerhouse, and you'll never get the truth out of it. I've come home and just sit and shake. We had 4 units. At 37 years, I retired from them. And I had to go to school for 8 years. And the first thing you do, if you make a mistake, you cover for it. That's the policy. And you'll never find out what the truth is going on when you ask, because they do not tell you. And I am proud to say I've never had a disaster in anything. And I appreciate General Motors for paying me 8 years in schooling me. And another thing was talking, whenever I was in there 8 years, and we had TIF money and closing out. But Hutton here had to cut the roads to get the pipe in. And I would not blacktop them roads and then run them. Because I had one that happened to me, had to replace it twice. And all this money that he spent, I had out for contract when I left office. Just about every one of them. Isn't that right? We couldn't do it because he had water lines to put in. To blacktop a road and cut it again, it's never right. Boom, boom, boom. And I wouldn't stand for that. I waited. Put the contracts out. When I left office, they got it done. and I'm glad it did. My heart's in Braidwood. It ain't the money, I'm retired, and I got a cornbread living, but I will go the last mile away for Braidwood. I could be in Florida, I could be in Tennessee, I could be anywhere. I got income enough to be there, but I love Braidwood. I raised my kids here, and I'm not gonna do anything against you people. And may God bless you.